Bates Athletics on the Northeast Sports Network.
Fire from deep and knock it down. Harold through one player into the area. Fires. They score!
From Russell Street Field in Lewiston, Maine, this is coverage of NESCAC men's soccer on the Northeast Sports Network. Good afternoon, everyone. Caleb Lamb back with you here for the second matchup in our Amherst and Bates doubleheader, with the Mammoths coming out on top in their women's soccer game. And now the men of Bates College looking to avenge that and pick up what would be their fifth victory in conference play. But to do it, they're going to have to get through the number one ranked team nationally, the Amherst Mammoths, who have dethroned the Tufts Jumbos from that top spot ranking in the country, meaning that this is the second time in this same season that the Bobcats have gone up against number one in the country. They'll hope for a better result after taking the Jumbos to double overtime before falling by a goal. Now, wanting to see if they can come up with a victory against this Amherst team that comes in unbeaten through their first 13 games, 11-0-2 on the year, with a 6-0-2 record in NESCAC play. The Bobcats, meanwhile, 8-4-1, and in the midst to host a first-round NESCAC quarterfinal tournament game. But now both these teams squaring off. Amherst in the road black with the purple stripe across their jersey from left shoulder to right hip, while the Bobcats in their home white. Let's go through the starting lineups for both of these squads. The Bobcats, coached by Tyler Shake, who's going with a similar lineup that we've seen, but missing Owen Kelleher through injury. That will be a big miss for them. So instead, they will start in the back Alex Kovacs, who will be alongside James Peter, the sophomore from York, Maine, while they'll have as outside backs Liam Goldfarb and Blaise Marceau, the junior out of Newton, Mass. Right in front of the back four, Frederick Homan sits, the Bonn, Germany native, who of course has been a big presence and a very tough presence to miss at 6'5", helping out that back line and pushing the attacks going forward. In the middle as well, Kieran Bardong starts along with Max McCursey. And up front, you'll see Alex Swarshowitz alongside Bofi Kimpolo Penne, and also getting the start today, Jacob Owowo, the freshman from London, England. David Goodstein in between the pipes, while opposing him in goal, Bernie White for the Amherst Mammoths. The sophomore from Austin, Texas, makes his 12th start of the season. In front of him on defense, Kyle Kelly will start alongside Felix Wu. They'll also have Gabe Gittler and Bryce Johnson, while in the middle we'll see a three of Alex Shamerzadi, as well as Cutler Coleman, and one of their men they're pushing forward a little bit more advanced role, Nico Canary, the Chevy Chase, Maryland native and sophomore. And they're attacking three. Well, we'll see Ada Okorogei, the Nigerian native out of London, England. He'll be starting alongside Dane Lind. And, of course, the big one to watch, German Giamatti, the sophomore from Pinecrest, Florida, who is the leading scorer in NESCAC play with 17 goals and 37 points. Both of those are program records, and still some time to go. So Giamatti will be the one to watch, number 9 in black and purple. Head coach Justin Serpone in his 13th year at the helm of this Amherst program. 5 NESCAC championships under his belt. The most recent one came a couple seasons ago in 2016, and also has a national championship the year before that, as he'll be hoping for another deep postseason run. And since they've already gone through the anthem this afternoon, or I should say earlier this morning for the first matchup, we'll be going right into the start of this one. So the teams get the handshakes out of the way, and now we'll report to either sideline for final team discussions. The Bobcats fired up. It is their senior day celebration for the 9 seniors in their ranks. Goalkeeper Owen Lindenfelder, defenders Julian Williamson and Jared Reber, and can't forget about Antonio Heredia, though he hasn't featured this season, but big part of the last 3 years for this program. And also moving forward, Petter Bakken, who misses through injury, Liam Goldfarb, and up top, Austin Sansone and Eric Apoku, and of course, Bofi Kimpolo Penne, who's played at both ends of the pitch, started as a center back before moving to striker for this Bobcats team. So those injuries in the middle could be the big storyline for the Bobcats here. Already missing Petter Bakken since the 4th game of the season, and for a man who was an all-NESCAC player last year and one of the captains and one of the most dominant players at the Division III level, a standout in PDL soccer as well. Missing him's been huge for the senior out of Seattle, Washington, but now adding sophomore Owen Kelleher to the ranks after he missed against the Williams contest due to injury right before that game and is still out with that injury and unavailable. So that's two big presences in the middle of the field in particular that are missing. They'll once again, though, be relying on some of those underclassmen, Kieran Bardong, Alex Warshowitz, Jacob Owowo, to set the table offensively and to do the hard work, but expect to see plenty of substitutions all throughout this lineup as the Bobcats look to work in plenty of different options, and Tyler Shake likes to go through and get his players into the game off the bench, so don't be surprised if you see 10 or more substitutions throughout this first set of 45 minutes. Ready to get things going, our referees for today's contest. The man in the middle is Fouad Madcour. He'll be joined on the sidelines by Charlie Brown and Russell McGregor as our two linesmen. And big discussions in both huddles. This is a big game. The Mammoths trying to see out the rest of this regular season. 2 contests left for them as they will try and nail down the rights to host the NESCAC tournament, should of course they survive the first round meeting, while the Bobcats hoping that they can host a quarterfinal game, having already clinched qualification to the NESCAC tournament. Ready to get this one underway. The Bobcats will start with possession of the ball. Wowo will look to be the man who will tee this one off, along with Bofi Kimpolo Penne, as they have a little impromptu discussion about who will do that. Check from the referee to both goalkeepers, both linesmen set to go, and we're underway in Lewiston, Maine, here at Russell Street Field. Again, Caleb Lamb here with you on the call as we look to see what could be a postseason meeting between these two squads and see who comes out on top. The high-flying offense of this Amherst Mammoth squad, or this very, very stout defense that the Bates Bobcats have. Bobcats looking to bounce back from 2 straight losses for them, having fallen against Williams, but also in a non-conference matchup against Maine Maritime Academy, having worked in quite a bit of playing time for some of the more depth players, but still never a good thing to have multiple losses in a row. And the Bobcats trying to get back to where they had been beginning the season with a run of 3 wins, and also mid-season when they were able to put together victories over Middlebury as well as against Trinity and Wesleyan. Frederick Homan was clipped in midfield as he served that long ball in that went out for a goal kick, and referee not interested in an early foul here. Everyone up off the bench for both teams. It's a very deep bench for the Bates Bobcats. Much smaller roster for the Amherst Mammoths, who only go about 25 players or so deep, which is a little bit unusual in today's game when you're used to seeing a lot of rosters that'll number more than 30 players. Miss hit from the near side, and that results in a turnover. Swarshowitz, though, has his pocket pick from behind, sliding in Marceau, forcing it away from Giamatti. And expect to see him venturing all over the field. The product of the U.S. Development Academy has free reign to sort of attack at will and figure out what options he wants to go and take. It's a long serve into the box from Marceau, too long, and he's claimed out of the air by Bernie White. White comes into the contest with a 10-0-1 record, only 5 goals scored against him. Hoping to keep that number down as much as he can, but starts by pinging that one out over the far sideline. Wind not quite as strong as it was earlier this morning, but should still play a factor as it normally does at this ground, where whichever team has it at the back, you expect to see them ping balls long into the box because they can dial up services from further out. You also see teams playing against the wind try and build from the back, keep the ball down as much as possible just so they don't have to worry about having that ball get hung up in the stiff breeze. And the long throw in right to the edge of the area where it's headed away. McCursey unable to come up with that, and now here come the Mammoths on the counter. Giamatti with Marceau coming at him from behind, able to track it down, and he'll whack that ball away upfield. And White got a late start to it, but he will have plenty of time to come and pounce before Owowo could arrive. Owowo, who played at the Berkshire School as well as the Brooks School, has scored his lone goal of the season against arch rival the Bowdoin Polar Bears, one of the two in-state rivals, the other being the Colby College Mules, that the Bobcats will, as usual, finish off their regular season against on Tuesday night. And for the first time in about 3 years, it will not be a meeting that decides which of those two teams goes to the NESCAC tournament. In fact, both of them could still have a chance to make it. Down into that far corner, and Goldfarb will deal with this one, just knocking it out into touch. Throw in taken from the advanced position, and piling bodies in. Everyone back for the Bobcats to try and deal with it here. Set piece is very dangerous for this Amherst team. Expect to see this one served into about the 6-yard box on the flip throw. Pinged low, miss hit, but does not hurt them. Goldfarb will lead the way out and drives this one upfield into the corner, so White will have to come across and pick this one up just outside the area. Sent long, Schwartzowitz got his leg in the way. Sent upfield. Holman wins it down out of the air. Man who plied his trade at Hebron Academy in the NEPSAC, not too far down the road from here, just a little ways over on Route 119. And a good delivery down the corner, sees Owowo have some room, looks to cut it back into the area. Kimpolo Penny, the back heel, looking for Schwartzowitz, who did not read it and was not first to, but driven out for a throw in and another advanced position. Expect to see Goldfarb come across to take this one, and indeed the left back will comply. So bodies to look at here. Kovacs will be the man expecting to stay back and just deal with Giamatti on the counter if necessary, while pretty much everyone else is forward in attack. Here's Goldfarb. Drives it in towards Owowo, but headed away. Marceau rises up but couldn't win that header. Home in the turnaround effort. Kimpolo Penne. Deflected, and this one will be sent out into touch off the far sideline. Trying to get something worked out on that far side with Kieran Bardong, who leads the team in scoring. 4 goals, 9 points total. Also leads the squad in total shots and shots on goal. And the sophomore out of Manhasset, New York, still looking to get a little bit more rhythm in the NESCAC games. Bobcats have made an effort of grinding out 1-0, 2-0 wins. Have not really put up the offensive numbers as, say, an Amherst squad. As here come the Mammoths on the counterattack with some blazing speed. Nice job, though, coming back from McCursey. He's going to be whistled for the foul on Cutler Coleman, but looked like he had just gotten inside positioning. No yellow card dished out. But that's where that counterattack speed comes in from this Mammoth squad. They can so quickly go in transition upfield, and they don't need that many bodies to take advantage of it. Usually that combination, getting the ball over to Dane Lind in the middle and allowing him to pick out Giamatti, has resulted in plenty of scores. Lind with 9 assists, 17 goals total for Giamatti. And this one pinged very long, but too far. Goodstein able to take it down. Goodstein making his 13th start of the season. Has started all but one matchup with a 7-4-1 record and 5 shutouts to his name. He's been a very stout goalkeeper. one just from the sand pit on this track that runs around the edge of Russell Street Field. And again, another long throw. White coming off his line and able to get to it first. So that one was a little too deep into the corner of the 6-yard box. Looking to throw it quickly out into touch. Nice move cutting upfield by Coleman, but lost his feet out from under him as he tried to put on the brakes. And Owowo is the target man trying to get to this one. Who did it last take a touch off of? Both teams claiming it. It's going to go for a corner kick. The first 10 minutes here have been pressure coming from the Bobcats. They've had a couple of these set-piece opportunities to set it up. This will be the first corner kick, though. Bardong to whip it in. Right into the mixer. Back post, Kimpolo Penne there, but it's headed out. McCursey tried to go through the legs of his man, but took a touch off his right leg. And Goldfarb will try another crack at the throw-in. Right to the edge of the 6. Header flicked up, not all the way out of the edge of the area. Swarshowitz gets to it. Bardong was there as well. Both of them ended up in each other's way, as this one's deflected out by Ada Okorogei. And he will drive it upfield only as far as James Peter. Nice job to walk the tightrope with a man on him, but eventually that pass forward does peter out for a throw-in. Bardong got the touch to it, could not control though, to Coleman in the middle. Out wide for Lind. Swings this one wide. Okorogei on the attack from the right, coming across. Goldfarb lunges in with the left foot and drives it away. Another high effort, but that one well off target and well out of play. Giamatti and Lynn talking things over there in that discussion. So much attention does go to number 9 in black and purple that it can often lead real room for him to just drive to one corner or the other and open up a big hole to one side of the field to the other to have someone just drop into and get a free crack at goal. But Bobcats doing a very good job of ranging everyone back towards him. To the middle, Lind. Marceau cuts across in front of him. Owowo knocks it down to Swarshowitz. Marceau calling for it out wide. Man coming though, and this one's cleaned up upfield. Gittler getting the left foot to it. Swarshowitz again under pressure in the middle. He's knocked over. Marceau flicks the header on. Coleman nods it ahead. Turns it over. Bardong has two options ahead of him, but lots of space to run into. Kieran Bardong now has a man catch up to him. He waited too long to get it off. And Shamirzadeh able to lunge in to get the tackle as Bardong was getting ready to set up the shot. Nice delay there from the Amherst defense as Bardong not blistering pace upfield, and so both of them just took care of Kimpolo Penne and Owowo as the two options to try and pass to, and allowed their midfield to do the work for him, coming back hard. Shamirzadeh, the sophomore from Fairfax, Virginia, with a brilliant play. Gittler trying to serve this one up. Lind, time to turn. Onto his right foot. Sets it back up to his left. Lost his footing. And Marceau could only put it off the foot of Giamatti, who hustles in after it. And not able to either keep that one in or knock it out for a throw in. But it does appear that it's been overruled. Okay, interesting. Referee does say that, or I should say the linesman rather, helping out the referee with the decision. So Marceau has to take the throw in from the advanced position, and Lind gets ahead to it, but only right back out to about where Marceau was standing. Kovacs. Push off from Lind with both hands there, and that was an easy enough call, even if it did get sold a bit by McCursey, who felt both those hands and made sure that he came forward. Marceau. Lynn not happy with the placement of the ball, but referee Fouad Madcourt not interested in the complaints. And Marceau can certainly let this one ride in the wind and get it to the 18 or deeper. Looking for a flicked header on. Owowo came across for it. Holman was there as well. Knocked back to him. Bardong. Goldfarb. Towards Kimpolo. Penne in the box, and a diving header was forced to knock that one away as Kyle Kelly came to the rescue. Kelly, the junior out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and he had to be involved to make sure that one didn't end up on the chest or right foot of Kimpolo Penne, who, even though he was sandwiched, had good positioning there. So another corner kick. The 14th minute of play. Bardong will take it short. Schwarzowitz didn't get great contact back to him, and this one intercepted. Okorogei under pressure from Bardong. We're doing a nice job of just controlling up the sideline and still has possession. Marceau. Touch came off of his chest. He'll go back with it to Kovacs. Giamatti immediately putting them under pressure. Out wide McCursey. Lind on the slide, able to get the touch to knock it out for the throw. Expect that it's going to be a battle between those two. McCursey stationed out on the right, Lind out on the left, and those two have already come together quite a bit. Pretty even matchup in size as well. Lind at 6'2", McCursey listed at 6'3". As Owowo can't come up with that one. Coleman able to sneak inside and jam it away. And now onto the foot of Giamatti, driving at the defense. To his right foot. Kovacs. Little push-pull move there, trying to jam it away. German Giamatti eventually forced back. Shahmerzadi. Coleman. To Owowo. Kimpolo Penne. Owowo on the attack here down the left. Step onto his right foot, drops it off. Bardong floats it to the back post, looking for McCursey. Headed away by Kelly. Holman will send to the corner of the box. Kovacs got a touch to it, but I think he was actually hoping that one would just ping off the legs of the defenseman and out for a corner kick. Instead, an easy enough ball for White to scoop up. Ooh, and that's a tough one to rule there, as it looked like Okorogei might have ducked low to try and take out Marceau, but Marceau definitely coming from behind with a head of steam, and that was not a straight up in the air jump. Or, excuse me, against Goldfarb, rather, was the one coming forward from the left. So referee talks to him about coming forward with a huge burst of speed and not getting to a point where he could stop and go straight up, and that's probably the right call at the end of the day. Okorogei, I think, sensing that one was coming and just wanted to get out of there. Taken short here for Kelly. He's going to serve it in. High looping ball. And eventually ends up out, but it did take a deflection on the way, so out for a corner kick. Goodstein will just chuck that ball away. So Amherst's been struggling to really work an effort for a good shot on target here. Neither team has tested either goalkeeper. The referee wants to make sure he goes through and outlines everything for players in purple and black who are definitely going forward and putting a lot of pressure right on the goal line. So you can tell what they're going to do as they take it short, and they're going to try and set up a bunch of screens in there. This one floated back post. Header back into the mixer. Shot on. Scores! Rifled down the middle on a beautiful setup for Bryce Johnson, and he stings the back of the net. It's a 1-0 lead for the Amherst Mammoths as they strike just before would be the 17th minute. 28:01 left to go in this first half. So Kelly with the assist. And now the Bobcats in a hole they have to dig out from the first set-piece opportunity. And Amherst capitalizes with a stinging drive from outside the box. Gittler will serve this one forward once again. Catches up in the breeze. Giamatti, though, wins the header. The assist on that, I believe, should be Lind, rather, who had set the table on that one, laying it off. We'll see if that one gets changed as it comes through. Free kick is going to come from an advanced position, but still too far out to have a shot on goal, so we'll see what they do here to set everyone up on the edge of the 18 and try to serve this into the box. Amherst does like to take these short as well, and Bobcats have so many people back to deal with it that's going to make it easier for them to ping it forward. Lind. Omen got a touch to it, still loose, but that one's into the side of the net, and Goodstein not happy that someone was able to get open at the back post. Frederick Homan rose to get a touch to it, but that one skimmed off the side of his head and fell nicely, but from a tight angle couldn't be finished inside the post. Goodstein sails this one down the field. Schwartzowitz with the touch. Coming back, Gittler lost to foot as he got rid of it. And interestingly enough, this one's going to go against the Bobcats. Peter not happy with it. Ball was still rolling as Lind went to take the free kick quickly. And in that collision, as everyone was going forward, someone ended up on the deck for the Mammoths. And everyone coming together from this one. Goodstein, one of the captains, coming over to try and sort this one out. So already, who had Matt Core being called in to deal with a little bit of pushing and shoving, and not even halfway through the first half of play. Referee, though, on top of it. I think he's going to go across to talk with his linesman and see if he had missed anything that had come out from there. As Goldfarb coming over to voice his displeasure again, but has to be careful with that. He's just as likely to go into the book for dissent. Trying to listen in on the conversation. But not a captain of the team, so he's got to get out of there. And I think there is going to be nothing else coming from this, but referee certainly talking to both. And Homan's going to get some of that conversation. No yellow cards produced yet. So Lind will serve this one in. Low. Tip to the back post. It's loose. Goodstein, the save, came off the post and then eventually cleared. Huge save from Goodstein as he stood his ground right on the doorstep and didn't leave a hole for that ball to squirm through. And it stays just a 1-0 lead. Still options for the corner to be driven into that back post. We'll see if they bring anybody short, as they have been looking to do. Gittler, the man who comes closest to it, but to the back post, nodded on, but over the crossbar. So Amherst so deadly on those set pieces, so many different looks they bring. The Bobcats survive that one. Now have to set their sights on what they'll do offensively. Nice job by Coleman to crush in on that one. Giamatti setting himself up. Shot was deflected. And on a difficult spinning ball, nice job by Goodstein not to spill it. Towering punt Looking for a Wowo. Nodded down though, as Shahmerzadi was the one who read it best. To the middle. Wowo. On looking for McCursey to get to it. Served up long. Marceau against Giamatti. Gittler serves in. Lin back to the middle. Bardong knocked away. Lind will spin that one down into the corner, but nobody there. Took a little contact from Marceau, and Kovacs rifles this one ahead. Brought down nicely by Kimpolo Penne. For a Wowo. Able to walk it forward. Schwartzowitz looking for an overlap from Goldfarb, but it's cut off. Nice job of Korigei coming back into the middle. And he'll stream forward. One-on-one with Homan, and it's pulled back. Foul is going the other way, but not sure what that one's going to go for. Might have been that left arm of Korigei striking out as he had that ball get stuck rolling underneath his feet, so as he looked to hold Homan off for that extra second to reach back and drag it forward. We'll see how the Bobcats choose to serve this one in. Right down the middle, White comes for it, and he's able to hang on. Kimpolo Penne in the mix as well, but nobody did make a movement at the goalkeeper, and nice job by White to come and collect it. Big reach of the 6'5" keeper out of Texas, and he hammers this one upfield. Over everyone's head, Lind able to get a touch forward. It's going to be nodded right back to him into the middle. Driven away from Nico Canary, and again, chance to serve it up to the back post. Lind, acrobatic effort, and he comes in against Goodstein a little bit. I think he came to a stop before he had dove out on it, so shouldn't be anything from there, and the referee spot that as well. Lind making his case as well. He came to a stop, but did a good job of coming very close to the keeper, Goodstein, to put him under pressure. Wouldn't be surprised there if the Bobcats trying to hope to get a yellow card put on number 7. Header high into the air. McCursey wins it. Took a nod off his head, so a Wowo. Quickly in. Schwartzowitz. He can certainly serve him up. Saw a good assist from him against Middlebury in that 1-0 victory, but on the drop back from McCursey, that was not the hit he was looking for, the freshman out of Arlington, Massachusetts. Product of the Berkshire School, and played in majority of the games down the stretch, especially as he's worked his way into a prominent position, not just in terms of minutes, but also in the starting 11. And several substitutions up and ready to go from the Bobcats. One by McCursey. Owowo. Header on. McCursey venturing forward again. See if he gets better service on it this time. Tries to go to that near post, and White did a good job of claiming it and keeping it in play. An interesting decision there from McCursey to go direct for goal. He could have held it up in the corner and allowed a few more bodies to pile on. We've got 5 substitutions preparing to check into the game for the Bobcats here on the next whistle. Served out wide, Gittler able to keep it in. San Diego, California native playing with Lind, who tries his best to hold off Marceau, and in fact committed the infraction while doing so after he took a seat on the ground. Kovacs, first year out of Hopkinton, Mass. Product of the St. John's Prep High School, and he has been in the lineup for every single game as a starter except for that non-conference win against Husson College. Bobcats lose out on this one here. It's a nice job by Bryce Johnson to stride forward again with it. And Homan was clipped there, and I think we're going to see a yellow card given. Korigei being motioned over by the referee, and not a good spill to see for Frederick Homan. Slowly back to his feet, the big 6'5" German midfielder. And interesting enough, we saw the clock stopped, but I did not see a card dealt out there. Unless I just missed it, but the referee motioning that that was all. Anything else would be a yellow card for the forward. Goodstein will take this one. Wowo trying to brace himself in there, was eventually won by the 6'4" Canary. Knocked out by Bates, right in front of the Amherst bench. Quick flip throw taken, hammered back away by Peter, pretty much making up all that ground there, and Kimpolo Penne came from an offside position. He started offside when the kick was taken. He hadn't yet gotten himself back onside when he made the flicked header, so Bernie White will come forward to take this one. Corrigate. Goldfarb lunging in on the challenge. And I don't think anything will come from that. He had already committed to the tackle, and it was after Corrigate had gotten past him that he made contact on his foot. So the slide tackle itself did not actually result in the trip. It was after, while he was already prone, but had stopped moving, that the forward tripped over him. So not surprised not to see a foul or a card given there. Not that that's going to make the Amherst bench feel any better about it, as quite a few of them were upset at the lack of a call. But another corner kick taken. This one driven right into the mixer. Homan heads it away, and everyone will clear out of there. Kimpolo Penne coming like a freight train and sent crashing, and a free kick given away. Goldfarb serves it up. Homan swinging left foot at that produces a header out of play by Johnson on that far side, the defender out of Plano, Texas. So quite a few substitutions in, if you could not hear from the announcements being made. It is Eric Opoku who's into the contest. He'll also be joined out there by Miles Guerrier, who will be venturing into that center forward role. Schwarzowitz replaced. We'll also see Charlie Pappas out there out of Harvard, Massachusetts. Justin Phillips, the freshman from Old Saybrook, Connecticut. Last but not least, Bobby Dahl, who freshman out of Cape Elizabeth, Maine, who scored a great header as the game-winning goal against Middlebury a couple of games last time out. Poku takes this one, and some pushing and shoving in the box. It's going to go against Guerrier, who commits the infraction. Certainly the man to be wary of his yellow card total as he leads the team in that category. Freshman out of Canton, Massachusetts. Served long. Won by Lind into the middle. Coleman will pick it up. Steps around one. Nice turn, Giamatti, but he's not going to be able to set up a shot. Falls for Dahl. Looking to go long for Guerrier, but that one will skip just too far. And White will bring it to a stop. Pinged out wide. Tough ball to get to. And stolen away. Served up. Guerrier coming for it. Dahl. Homan knocked it back for him. Still in possession. Dahl trying to play it in. Opoku on the turn. Can certainly find his way weaving in and around bodies. As nice job on the service into the box. Kelly just standing up his man there and not allowing anyone to venture forward after it. Felix Wu, the other one, in there as well. Those two center backs have done a good job, especially with all the height that's been thrown their way. Ignacio Kubadu, the freshman from Davie, Florida, is the substitution into the contest. The Mammoths make their first switch. Dahl. Phillips trying to find a pass to get rid of there. The first-year player who's making his 9th appearance of the season. Missed out quite a few matches in the midpoint of the year, but has worked his way back into some minutes here as the season has come toward its conclusion. Well, on the long service here, nice job Kovacs to hold off Giamatti, but Lind coming quickly. Giamatti touched it on. Kubadu lost out on that one, and here's Homan. He'll dial one up long, and again, some trouble there on the service ahead. Wu, who's been very, very unhappy with not being able to pick up a call. Guerrier, who's been all over him, but has to be careful, especially with the yellow card situation. He can be quick to pick those up. A lot of spirit, though, out of the first year, who's tied with several other players for the team lead with 2 assists on the season. Nice job by Dahl to find his way inside. Opoku comes back for it. He'll lay it on. Oh, and just too wide past Dahl, the first year from Cape Elizabeth. Unable to come up with that one. Kubadu. Giamatti. Got away with a little touch on the back there of Marceau. Kubadu onto his right foot. He scores! On a solo run upfield. And he deposits it in the back of the net for his 5th of the season, Ignacio Kubadu. And the Davie, Florida native strikes to double the lead with just a few minutes more than 10 to go in the first half. 11:36 will be the time of this goal. And the Bobcats now find themselves in a bigger deficit to deal with. But against the #1 team in the country and such an offensive juggernaut, they've focused on taking away that big target in German Giamatti, but it's been the secondary scorers that have hurt them here today. Served long, looking for a Opoku by Kovacs. Kelly. Lind was substituted out, by the way, after that goal, and looks like brought on in his place is Sebastian Derby, the junior out of Mexico, product of the IMG Academy. Will be into the contest. Ball just stays in along that end line. Served in towards Opoku. The foul committed just on the edge of the 18 there, or a couple yards back from it, we'll say, with Justin Phillips being sent crashing. So we'll see who steps over this one. Not quite shooting distance just from that angle, so Goldfarb would be one of the options with his left foot. We'll see who he tries to serve it in towards. The Bobcats desperately looking for a goal right before the break. And Marceau's going to come across as well. So the 3 of them trying to figure it out. Who wants to take the duties to serve it on? Marceau, he steps over it. Phillips curves it in. Loose in the 18. Guerrier tangled up in a heap of feet. Everyone trying to swing at that ball to knock it forward or knock it away. And ultimately, Too difficult to make a call on that one. A penalty, such a tough one to give there, as Guerrier did end up twisting down in a heap. So the long throw-in will be taken once again. And that one too off target. All it can do is go out for a goal kick. Header flicked on, taken down by Dahl, who skips by one and a second. He'll spread it wide. Big ask of Phillips, who eventually tracks it down. Dahl. Skipped on for Coleman. Corrigae back to the middle. And Coleman sent crashing there as he did a good job just coming to a stop, putting the pressure on. Giamatti plays it off. Serve to the backside. Deflected away. Pappas will have time to turn up the right wing. Serves one long, looking for Guerrier, but he waited too long and allowed Wu to cut in front of him and take back possession. The Bobcats' second center forward has not done a good job of just doing the hold-up play needed of him to allow the Bobcats to get more players forward in possession. Here's Kubadu. Floats it into the box. Header flicked on from Giamatti. Nodded back out for Pappas. And Pappas lost a foot, but I think also got cleaned out by Kubadu in the process. Eventually will go as a foul. Coleman turns it back away. Chested down by Marceau. Looped in. Nice job of Poku. He'll turn on it. Faces up his defender. Marceau dispossessed. Has to go all the way back with it towards Peter. Homan. Oh, and Homan will earn himself a foul there, but I think he tripped himself up as he tried to turn with it. It looks like the ball was pretty cleanly won there by Amherst. And Peter was not expecting that one to be sent back to him. Nice job by Phillips. Plays it ahead, Goldfarb. To the end line, serves that one off a leg and out for a corner kick. Interesting to see the matchup inside the 18 as Miles Guerrier is going round and round. And the substitution being made, it is Goldfarb who's coming off, so he'll be replaced before he could get that delivery sent into the box. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Down by 2. Can the Bobcats at least cut the deficit? Sent into the area. Pappas couldn't get to it. It was a scissor kick attempt from Phillips that missed. This one is whipped upfield. Giamatti trying to go one-on-one with Kovacs, who nods it down. Peter. Phillips. Apoku. Nice job there to knife his way back through the middle. To Dahl, who's out wide on the right now. Pushes his way forward. Dahl gets ahead, puts it into the area, headed out by Wu. And Kubadu has room to come forward, and he's just going to launch this one upfield. Giamatti will keep it in on the right wing, going 1v2. Tries the left foot, and that one's blocked away as Julian Williamson, fresh into the game in place of Goldfarb, got in front of it. Opoku trying to turn on it. Held off well. Kubadu. Coleman. Ball did not cross the end line there as it was hammered out. That'll just be an advanced throw-in position, but for Amherst, plenty of guys that can take that long throw, and they'll set it up. This one swung back in. Sorry about that. Some audio issues there as that one cut out weirdly on it. And that one is eventually dealt with and cleared away. This one driven upfield now and all the way out over the far sideline. Final 3 minutes ticking down here. Amherst looking to put this one away quickly if they can. Substitution for them is to bring Jack O'Brien on. And he'll try and see out the last few minutes to give Giamatti a bit of a break before halftime. Long throw in. Flicked header. Holman lunged in there with the outside of his left boot and just knocked it out into the Bobcats bench area. So Johnson will set up another flip throw here. No, he'll take it shorter. Trying to drive it in for Kubadu. Phillips marking him up. On the turn. Clipped in and headed away. Opoku. Drops it off. Williamson swings his leg through it. Dahl rising highest there to nod it up forward, and Guerrier able to knock that one off of a body and out for a Bobcats throw-in. But time becoming an issue here, at least in the first half. Down to the final 2 minutes. Williamson wants everyone forward. Throw-in flicked on. Guerrier actually overran that one. Play allowed to go on here. Phillips wins it back. Marceau hits a body on the attempt, and this one is out. Off of Sean Mirzadi, who could not keep it in. Williamson will come across for it. Plenty of time here with still more than 60 seconds remaining, so they'll make sure they take the time to set it up right. Flicked on to the backside. Now top of the 18. Marceau dispossessed. And away comes Coleman carrying it. Sends one sprawling to the edge of the area. Low cross is deflected. And Dahl able to hold off his man and send it out wide. Napoku able to get there. Lost his foot. And that ball did go out of bounds for a throw-in. Final 24 seconds here. Amherst not in any real hurry here before the break to take this. Final 10 seconds. Johnson floats one high up into the breeze. Flicked header is on. Peter will hammer it out. And that does it for the first 45. Amherst able to put 2 on the board, and the #1 team in the country has themselves a 2-0 lead as we go into the break. But the Bobcats still creating chances, still looking to try and find a goal at least to put the pressure on in the second set of 45 minutes. And for the Bobcats, still a lot to play for. They might have already clinched a postseason berth, but they are hoping for at least a draw out of this and a victory against the Colby Mules to give themselves a chance at a 4 seed or higher, so they can host a first-round matchup. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the first half stats and narrow things down for you about who were the standout performers and get you set for the second set of 45. All that in about 10 minutes' time. You're watching NESCAC Men's Soccer on the Northeast Sports Network.
Good morning. Welcome to Bates. My name is Jen. You make sure you hold on to that. Normally with that. Welcome to Bates.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Kovacs hits it forward again. Skimmed header. It's trapped and a goal! In the 89th minute, the Bates Bobcats have rescued at least a point, perhaps. Bates 1, Bowdoin 1. As the stands are shaking at Garcelon, Jacob Iwowo is the goal scorer.
You know, one of my teammates, did the hard work and the ball just fell to me, and, I did the rest. But, the credit goes to my teammates and my team for kind of putting me in the positions to score the goal. And I think like a big part for us was having, the school behind us and the school being there to kind of cheer us on, and the noise kind of to push us that extra mile in order to, kind of have our leg up, in the second half against Bowdoin. So, I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that turned out and, the support that they gave us for the game.
Study is just mental sweat. I mean, it's the same sort of thing, and it's just pushing yourself, getting yourself outside of your comfort zone, admitting that you don't know everything and there's a lot more to know. I think I had this desire to learn and to be challenged and to be curious before coming to Bates, but Bates has taught me to be skeptical, to be critical, to think for myself, to not just accept what someone else tells you, but to challenge it. And I mean, the biggest and most important thing to my Bates career has been just being a psychology major, getting to take those psychology classes and develop the relationships with the professors that I have been able to do that with. My thesis advisor, some of the psychology teachers I've had, they've just, I think without them, I wouldn't love Bates as much as I do. It's not just the students, it's everyone here that makes it special.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
And your 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Rowing National Champion with a team point total of 56 is Bates.
They made it look easy. Comprising 2 varsity 8 boats, the Bates women's rowing team won all 4 of their races by open water at the NCAA Championships on Eagle Creek Reservoir in Indianapolis, earning a third straight national title and the program's fourth in the last 5 years.
As soon as we're ahead, I know that nothing can stop us.
But perhaps more than anyone, senior captain Sophie Claus can attest that none of this is easy. This was her first opportunity to row at the NCAAs.
Last year, I hurt my back pretty badly in the spring. I just got back surgery this past December. So it's been a wild ride. To be here is such an enormous privilege.
On day one of the championships, the Bobcats set through an 8-hour delay due to debris that had been swept into the reservoir during an overnight rainstorm. When the second Varsity 8's preliminary heat finally began, Claus's foot stretcher, where she places her feet for leverage, broke. She alerted coxswain Maya Sation as quickly as possible.
Each stroke was going by and I was like, foot stretcher, Maya, Maya!
Shouting in the boat. There was a lot of, which is not normal at all.
I was terrified. I was like, please, I don't want to go back to the dock. I want to just do this race. We've been waiting all day.
Sation stopped the race, which is allowed in the rules for equipment failure within the first 100 meters. And it turned out to be an easy problem to fix.
So what happened yesterday was this shoe actually came off this red part. And it's like newer technology than we're used to, so we just had to snap it back in.
With the equipment issue resolved, the second Varsity 8 won its heat on the restart by nearly 12 seconds.
Yeah, our team is built on flexibility. I think that Coach really instills in us this idea that no matter what you're doing, you're ready to roll with the punches. If something changes, who cares?
On day two, Bates' 2 grand final victories marked the 6th straight for the second Varsity 8 and the 2nd straight for the first Varsity 8. Remarkably, the first Varsity 8 featured just one senior this year, Sophia Rentel. She's been in the 1V her entire Bates career.
I was having some nerves, as everyone always does right before the race, but there kind of came a moment right as we were waiting to line up to get into the start area when I realized I'm not nervous, I'm just excited.
The 1V won its grand final without much drama, and on paper the 2V did the same. But something else came up that some of the rowers did not find out about until after the race.
This piece of wood had gotten stuck to our skeg, and we had added resistance for no reason.
Challenges like having a stick stuck to the bottom of their boat only make the Bobcats stronger. And to put it plainly, they have built a dynasty.
It's really special. I think the 4 of us rowing in these boats today, seniors, feel like we did it, we got the job done, and it's a good way to go out and leave, and feel really excited for all the others who are gonna go do this again.
I'm speechless, honestly. I keep stumbling over my words because it still feels like a dream.
I hope they keep going, and I am so proud to be a part of this team, and honored to be able to stand with them on stages and know that there's so many people back home and here that are supporting us. It's an incredible feeling.
I think failure is a really, really scary thing. It's scary to look 4 years into the future and to think about who are you going to be and what are you going to be doing. Something I've discovered over my time at Bates is that the moments when you fail are the moments that you end up learning the most, and learning the most about yourself and about the things you want to do and about who you are as a person. And so I've really tried over these 4 years to live authentically, because you can't always expect to be perfect, and it's okay to be not okay at times, and it's okay to struggle and to grow through your struggles. You've worked so hard, and now maybe you've got a lot more hard work in front of you, but there's so much to be excited for.
We spent our time here living and learning and building our wings. It's the place that taught us to crave the freedom of flight. It's time to believe in yourself, in your victories and failures. It's time to feel the heat of the sun on your back. It's time to jump. Thank you.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
When I first came to Bates, I
had this image in my head where I was going to get the grades, get the job, run, get faster, and that was going to be I was going to be content with that. I didn't really want to take any risks. I just kind of wanted to do what I knew. But then I've kind of, with each passing year, I've learned to kind of step beyond just running and my English courses. And now I really love being able to manage a group of people and come up with a publication that we're all proud of. I've always also been interested in education and kind of had trouble balancing which one I wanted to pursue. And I thought it was an either or kind of situation, but I've kind of learned that they blend very nicely. And as editor-in-chief, I've kind of almost assumed the role of a teacher more and really helped my writers kind of navigate the path that I kind of really fell in love with.
Back at Russell Street Field, Caleb Lamb with you on the Northeast Sports Network as we get set for the second half of today's men's soccer matchup between the Bates Bobcats and the visiting Amherst Mammoths. Taking a look at the breakdown from the first half, very much Amherst creating things offensively as they were able to put 9 shots on target. The Bobcats, who enjoyed the better spell of possession in the first 15 minutes or so, weren't able to turn that into shots. Only 1 effort credited as being fired on goal. 4 shots on target from the Mammoths, including a couple in from close range that forced some saves out of David Goodstein. He's credited with 1 stop. 2 corner kicks for Amherst, which is where they were able to create that first from. A nice set piece, cramming everyone forward on the edge of the goal line, and then leaving Bryce Johnson open up top to hammer home a sweet volley. That was his first goal of the season on his 6th shot of the year, and goes along with his 2 assists for now, a total of 4 points. But the lead was doubled after first half substitution Ignacio Kubadu was brought on. Nice long twisting run upfield, and he was eventually able to finish that one from right at the edge of the 18-yard box, driving it past Goodstein for a 2-0 advantage. That's the biggest thing that has separated the teams right now, is Amherst has been able to take advantage of their opportunities. The Bobcats have time again smacked up against the brick wall that's been the defensive partnership of Kyle Kelly and Felix Wu in the center for the Mammoths. They have turned everything away pretty much and have kept the Bobcats from dealing with crosses. Plenty of long throw-ins they've tried to take, but just have not been able to turn them into goals. Ready for this second half to get started in just about 60 seconds or so. Reminder, the Bobcats finish out their regular season against Colby College on the road on Tuesday night. That matchup where the Mules will once again hope that a victory over the Bobcats will get them a spot in the NESCAC tournament, where they'd like to go on another run after having picked up a victory as the 8th seed last season. So any team has a shot to get it done, but this will be the first time in a long time that the Bobcats go into that last game against Colby College knowing they've already clinched a spot in the postseason and don't have to worry about needing a victory to do so. Right now they're just playing for seeding and hoping that they can turn this into maybe hosting a first-round quarterfinal matchup. Amherst trying to see if they can finish out this regular season unbeaten and on the path to get to 12 wins today, but they still have 45 minutes to see out against a Bobcats team that has played pretty well against them. They have kept German Giamatti in check, which only 2 other teams all season have done, and kept him off the score sheet. For a man that scored 17 times and has 6 game-winning goals on the year. Only team he didn't score against was a non-conference game he didn't feature in very much, and against the Williams Eafs. Ready to get this one underway. Giamatti will kick things off from the center circle. Bobcats dressed in white, Mammoths dressed in black and purple. And we are back underway. One thing that the Bobcats did do a good job of was earning free kicks from this Amherst team, who committed 9 fouls in that first half. Okorogei some trouble there. Shakes off the challenge from Dahl, but has walked himself into a corner, and now we'll see what he can do with it to come out of it. First 2 cracks at it, no good against Goldfarb, who comes out on top and gets this one ahead from McCursey. Pinging long for Kimpolo Penne, who did a good job in the center. Oh, nice idea with the hold-up play, but Bardong not able to get to that backheel pass. Johnson with the flip throw, got that one high to take advantage of the breeze, but that does make it a little bit harder to read as Bardong takes it down. Kimpolo Penne. Kieran Bardong looking to switch the field for a Wowo. Lind comes out on top in that one as he's back into the contest after being a first half substitution. Marceau over the top. Oh, and a big collision there, and that could be trouble. I think head-to-head collision. Bardong was going for the ball, and the training staff ushered on here, but I didn't see anything that looked like a foul out of it. But that was not good contact. And not sure what the goalkeeper, Bernie White, doing over there, as he's going against a Wowo, who was not the one who made contact. Head coach Justin Serpone not happy, but like I said, just a collision. I don't believe there was a foul committed in that match, just a collision. Referee Fouad Madcourt will talk with his linesman just to see if there was anything that he had missed, but he was pretty on top of it, just a few feet away, and very quickly noticed the damage that had been done and called for the training staff to come onto the field immediately. So that's where the stoppage is, not quite 90 seconds into our second half. The Bobcats will gather for a quick impromptu huddle here while head coach Justin Serpone is going to come out to check on Wu, and uneasily back to his feet. But good to see that he is walking off under his own power, Felix Wu, the junior out of Bethesda, Maryland. And pretty obvious that that's going to see him out of the contest. And not a good sign, especially so late in the regular season. But like I said, good to see that he was able to go through and get eventually to his feet and under his own power walk off the field, if a bit shakily. And that might do a little more to the back line for Amherst, where he and Kelly have had such a bedrock partnership. They'll bring Kubadu back on, and it looks like they're going to be happy to go with just a back 3 at the moment. So White will drive this one forward, using that wind to carry to the edge of the 18. Nodded down Okorogei. Flips it past Goldfarb. Drives into the back post. 2 to aim at. And the header just sent wide by Giamatti. Rose up but could not get good contact to it. And an early substitution here in the second half. Williamson comes on. The senior will replace Liam Goldfarb. Hammered upfield. Peter ranging back for this one. Kovacs as well. He'll knock it out wide. And Marceau. Just standout performer for the Bobcats over the years. The junior who's pretty much been in every single game since arriving on campus. Younger brother of former Bobcats player Alex Marceau. Built like a tank. Doesn't necessarily have the size to compete with some of those 6 foot and taller forwards at the NESCAC level, but oftentimes doesn't need it to come out on top in 50-50 challenges. And slides in nicely to jam that one away. Owowo with a good touch. That one does get deflected off of his side and out for an Amherst throw. Williamson jolted from behind. Marceau knocks this one upfield. Homan, missed kick, but McCursey helping him out there. Lunging in again with a boot. Marceau able to tackle it out. We'll see another flip throw from the far side from Johnson. Or no, he'll go and take this one short. Drives it in for Lind. He'll try and back up against Marceau, but taken over by Dahl. Driven up for Bofiq and Polopene. And not able to track that one down on the far side. Lind with a back heel. Took a deflection. Will stay in. Nice job, Kubadu. Lind to the edge of the box. And he lunges in late and catches him. And that's going to be another late tackle on Lind, who avoided going in the referee's book in the first half. And Homan, who has often been the target of the late tackles in here, the German-born midfielder who's been a big towering presence in the back, both helping out on the defensive side and building plays from the back for this Bobcats team in 2019. Good for him to see back up on his feet if you're a Bobcats fan. And he'll continue on here. Lind with a nice layoff, return feed over the top, sent a little too long. Kovacs to get a touch off of Lind, but that one will stay in along the sideline. And Marceau, nice job there just to make sure that he had that one stay in. Kubadu is going to claim contact to the face. He had slid underneath Marceau, who for his part did not reach down, or did not look down, I should say, when he was getting out from under him, but Kubadu perhaps could have gotten caught in the side of the eye or something like that. He is going to require treatment from the trainer here. And not surprising to see that he's back to his feet with no problems. We'll have to at least report back to midfield before he can come back into the game, as the training staff was ushered on for him. So we'll see when the referee chooses to allow him back into the contest. Lind deflected away from Owowo. And a reaching boot catches him there, and the foul committed. Owowo the one reaching out hard, trying to come up with it. Now both teams basically at the stage where they're trying to earn yellow cards against the opposition, and both will feel that they've got adequate complaints to be made. And would not be surprised if we see Fouad Madkour just go to a yellow card quickly to both teams on the next foul they commit. As this one driven to the back post, and Goodstein had to be careful to watch that one sail over his crossbar. But basically a card I think would at least settle both these teams in a little bit more. With still plenty of time to go in this game. And not expected that the intensity is going to die down anytime soon. Lind. Giamatti. Peter. Only as far as Shahmerzadi will swing it out wide. Peter trying to step in front there, but Giamatti did a nice job just to reach back with his left toe and poke it free. Williamson gets under that one. Nice job by Bardon to come back, and that one did glance off of Johnson. And Williamson will stride forward to take the throw. Knotted down, Kimpolo Penne on the right foot, stinging drive, deflected. And lucky for White, that one will bounce back to him and stay in play. Owowo will come and force him to scoop it up. Was looking in the direction of Lind, but he'll put it down on the ground and play it now. Holman wins the header. Cutler shielded off. McCursey couldn't control it. Kovacs. Bit of head tennis back to midfield. Kubadu. Gets away from one. Owowo trying to chase him down from behind. Lind will serve it to the box. Spun that one too deep, and out it'll go for the goal kick. Out to midfield. Header. Flicked on. Okorigei could not control it. Too far over the top of McCursey. And Homan comes back to win out. Puts his big left foot through it, but coming over Gittler, not too much trouble with it. McCursey tried to swing it through the middle, but well read. Shahmerzadi, who's done a great job of just staying put in the passing lanes and disrupting attacks that way. And Okorigei led into a tunnel, which had Williamson at the end of it to dispossess. Giamatti finds Lind onto his left foot. He'll cut it back to his right, looking for the shot, and he rolls it wide, trying to go to the far post. Perhaps would have been better off taking that one time before the defense had time to reset back in front of him, but I think wanted to set that one up onto his right foot to try and just blast it home in the top corner, and a goal there would have settled things. So Guerrier into the contest once again. He'll replace Bofi Kimpolo Penne, while Dahl subbed out in favor of Alex Schwartzowitz. Transfer from Holy Cross, who started the contest. Williamson swings it up long. Kelly underneath it and just taps it out. Williamson. McCursey kept it on the deck. Williamson, though, sliced across it and didn't make good contact. Z-Miss hits it out for a goal kick. White. We've seen good range from the goal kicks for him today. And again, he's able to let this one sail past midfield comfortably. Good header on, and Giamatti will flick it, but as the center forward, no one in behind him to get that on too. Hinstein with a drive. through the middle. Kubadu. Cutler plays long. Lind. Marceau holds him off. Good battle there from the junior defender. Cross was deflected. Peter dropped low, and Giamatti trying to round him made contact. But lost his footing as he tried to peel in on that to poke it home from close range. Huge hit forward, and Guerrier able to earn himself a free kick as he'll finally come out on top in that battle that he's had going pretty much all game with Nico Canary. Whenever he's been on, he's been the one to have to go against, and those two have pretty much been pushing and shoving each other every second they've been on the field. Wowo, the other tall person to aim at, 6'6". He represents a pretty good target for Schwartzowitz to try and pick out here. Floated right down the middle. White stayed at home. Header is away, and Lind will clean it up. Marceau keeps it low on the deck. Bardong will have time to turn. Nice job, Johnson, putting the pressure on him. That long reach. Marceau. Kovacs swings it wide. Beautiful ball for Williamson. Touched it a little too long. Bardong came back to help him out. Corrigayi trying to put him under pressure. Schwartzowitz. Rolled into the middle. Here's Homan. Strides by one. Schwartzowitz holds off his man. Driven out wide. Taken down nicely by Marceau. Left foot cross ends up straight up into the air. He'll win the header. Schwartzowitz coming across to help him out. Here's a Wowo. Pokes it on goal, but White not under pressure, just able to come and claim it. Big drive upfield. Giamatti loses out to Peter on that. Kovacs, clever touch there to knock it back, and it's been a frustrating day so far for Giamatti. A couple of looks in the first half, but other than that, has not had much of a sniff at goal. He's been happy, though, to play the distraction pretty perfectly, and that's opened up some space, as I mentioned. Kubadu taking most advantage of that late in the first half on that weaving run upfield where everyone was focused on where he was going to pass to, and eventually he just decided to take the shot. Bobby Dahl into the contest, and also seeing Jared Reber, the senior. Good to see the Mount Kisco, New York native work himself into the contest. His 7th appearance of the season. A man who's fought through so many injuries in his college career has still been a good presence on both the defensive side and midfield. And here's a chance. Guerrier, though, can only poke it forward at the end. Eric Opoku, the senior, also into the contest, replacing Owowo along with Dahl, who's looked pretty good at times, especially on that wing. Schwartzowitz tries to go outside of the right foot. Ill-advised pass taken over easily enough by Kelly. Sean Rizzardi. Out wide, Lind with Coleman. Drives it right back into him. Jared Reber doing a nice job there to try and win that one back away from Lind. And the ball pretty much trapped between three pairs of legs finally comes out. And Schwartzowitz will eventually find himself a little patch of space. Kubadu challenging him. And Phillips sent crashing. Kubadu flings it in. Took a deflection. And Dahl upended. Advantage played. Not much of an advantage there, but referee will not call it back for the foul. Dahl trying to go into that challenge against Gittler back first. Giamatti just able to keep that one in along the sideline. Touches it back to his right foot. And eventually forced away. Hammered upfield. Dahl. Lost his footing as he tried to come back, but he got caught in the face there on the attempt while he was down too low, and we'll see if he has to come off to tend to that. Stung him a bit, but he is not going to be the one subbed off. Instead, Holman will come out of the contest, replaced by Pappas. The Bobcats look like they're trying to go a little bit more offensive here. Schwartzowitz loses out there. Foul committed after a nice play through the legs there of Williamson. Taken short by the goalkeeper, White. Nice job by Lynn there to hold off his man. He's dragged down from behind, and that has to be a card there, as Lind simply grabbed and hurled to the ground by Reber, who just tried to get a hold of him as best he can, and an easy yellow card decision to hand out for his second of the season. So a free kick in a dangerous area here, but again, not a great angle to try and shoot on goal. This almost a mirror image of the one the Bobcats took in the first half, where it was driven into the edge of the 6 and in a mess of bodies somehow ended up with 5 players on the ground and the ball cleared away. Let's see what they choose to go with here. First option, the fake, as you'd expect. Lind will scoop it forward. Took a deflection. Goodstein dives out and able to get to it after an acrobatic touch. Giamatti deflected it onto the right leg of Guerrier. And the goal kick ends up short, only as far as Kelly, who quickly dealt with it. Corrigei trying to push and pull his way past his man. Williamson, nice job to jam it away. And Kubadu commits the foul. Goodstein will take the restart. Schwartzowitz nods it on. Kubadu, nice job in the middle. Didn't start the contest, but has played the majority of the minutes and has been really that needed offensive threat in midfield for this Amherst team, as Lind does a good job to keep that one in play. Stood up by Kovacs and forced away as Reber comes out on top in that challenge. And the senior playing with a lot of passion and pride out there as Guerrier eventually able to fight his way into possession. Leaves it a little bit short, but Schwartzowitz looking for the overlapping run coming. Apoku, nice job to knife himself away. Eric Apoku, the shot deflected. Back for Reber. Faked it, but then lost his footing. Lunges in on the challenge to come up with it. Here's Dahl. Left foot effort blocked. And this one hacked clear. Lind, the man waiting for it up top. And he'll just turn and hold on to possession. Couple of good looks, but the Bobcats unable to get shots on target, which they needed. Phillips. Schwartzowitz. Out wide, Williamson. Driven away by Kelly. Dahl with an overlapping run coming. He'll send this one forward. Schwartzowitz blocked that clearance. Sent back into the midfield. Phillips will turn and let it run. Kovacs with pressure coming. Serves this one forward. Apoku coming for it. Ball was a little too far away from him. Corrigeu's playing much deeper role from the right side now and has been a bit frustrated that they haven't had anyone to aim at, but really he's been the player that majority of the time they would go to. This has really been more of like a 3-5-2 look from the Mammoths that we've seen, with Lind sometimes playing in a much more advanced role and other times dropping almost like the left back, but hasn't been playing as your prototypical winger out wide. And Peter with his hands all over him will commit the foul, trying to usher Giamatti away from the ball, and that will give Amherst time to slow things down once again. Sent low, but immediately turned over. Pappas for Dahl, who has room to carry. Trying to carry at speed. Cutler, very good weapon for Amherst with all the speed he possesses to just zip in. And it did take a deflection off the right leg of Williamson. Subs will come in. Looks like we'll see Declan Sung into the match and believe he'll post up at center back. We'll also see Jimmy McMillian back into the contest. Flip throw to the edge of the area. McMillian driving it back. Opoku, nice job to come up with possession there, but his first touch let him down. Hammered away by Williamson, turned over back to Dahl. Scooped forward on the turn. Nice possession there. Charlie Cronin, the South Portland, Maine native, doing a good job there to switch the play. And we'll see Will Anastas, the freshman from Norwell, Massachusetts, in replacing Pappas. Got a few minutes in there. To the end line, hammered away, and another throw in from an advanced position as that ball destined for Russell Street. Down to the final 22 minutes in the contest. Bobcats pushing to get back into the contest. Need one to put the pressure on. Long throw in. Headed away. Deflected out. Peter comes for it and gets sent crashing there. Don't think anything too serious there. We'll just go as a yellow card. And Peter did take the glancing blow on the side of his head there. I don't think wants to talk to the training staff because he doesn't want to come out of the contest. Referee brought the game to a stop with just under 22 minutes left. So Peter just needed a second to collect himself. He'll head back to the sideline and most likely report to midfield to get right back into things. So Kovacs will be the man. Oh, no, he's going to leave that one off Bardong. Instead, will step over the free kick. Drives it forward towards the back post, looking for Opoku. That one headed out. Cronin. Big switch of field, a nice one. Bardong waiting for it on the far side. Bardong flips it in, taken down on the turn, and Estes scores! And the Bobcats cut the deficit to 1 with just more than 21 minutes remaining. And how about that to score your first collegiate goal? And Estes, the product of Norwell High School, who's come on late in September, early October. Got quite a few games, but had not featured as of late. And then into the match for just a couple minutes And a huge finish, trapping that ball nicely with his left foot. Off the cross from Bardong and into the back of the net it went. And game on here in Lewiston, Maine. So the 69th minute goal here. Will that be a twist in the tail when all is said and done? Bobcats have already taken one #1 nationally ranked team to overtime, where it took a double OT goal to send them to defeat against the Tufts Jumbos. Now against an undefeated Amherst Mammoth squad who's inherited that title. Can they pop another one in? Collision there on that far sideline will go to the Bobcats. Amherst not happy about it. Good slide tackle to knock it out, but a throw in an advanced position. Another good run from Anastas to fire down that far side and at least put the pressure on. And that is one thing to note about Will Anastas. His 6th appearance of the season, all 5 of the previous ones were victories. And he's at least done his part to help his team out with that goal to at least cut the deficit to 1. Bardong tries the volley from bouncing effort at midfield and could only knock it well out of play for a goal kick. White will set it up here. I'm sure take his time, but plenty of minutes still left to tick off here in this second half. Despite all the accolades that the offense has gotten for this Amherst team, the defense has been no less stout for the Mammoths. They've done a fantastic job of just turning things away. They've spent so much time in the lead all season long. They know what to do. They know how to kill games off. So the Bobcats still have their work cut out for them, trying to find a second equalizer. McMillian did a good job there to keep that one in play. Looking for Opoku. And he gets tugged back, practically getting a bear hug out of the air from Johnson. That's one of the tough things there about guarding Opoku, who's so good about knifing inside of players. He can almost always be in front of the ball. And so any tug on the jersey is likely to get the referee's attention. Part of what's made the 5'5" Akragana senior such a difficult player to go against in all 4 years here for the Bobcats. Driven off target, but that one is hunted down by Bardong for Opoku. Faces up. And the flag did go up for offside. Interesting. Opoku could have been behind the last defender when that was rolled into him by Bardong, and that must have been the case. So the free kick coming out. Dahl rises and gets a glancing header to it. Saw Derby practically shoved away upfield as he made his way forward. Turnover forced. Back to the middle, Dahl. Big ask for Williamson to try and get there. He'll do his best, but the flag does go up on the near sideline. Couldn't quite get in there with the right foot quickly enough. And substitutions checking into the contest for both teams. We'll see Lind back into the game. So that'll be it for Declan Sung, who had a quick run out. And Homan back into the contest to replace Opoku. In for Lind, who switched over to the right side instead of the left wing, as Homan couldn't come up on top with that tackle. Lind back for Johnson. Swivels it in, and this one had to be hammered away. It is going to go for a free kick, although it looked like Kovacs went over a bit easy inside the 18. He felt the jolt from behind and tried to sell it well against McMillian. So interesting how they've got it set up now, having Giamatti attack from the wide flanks and have McMillian play the center forward role potentially, but expect to see those three mixing in and out of each other. As Goodstein floats it up into the wind. Dahl rising for it. Homan got to it. He'll try and play this one down the sideline, but not going to keep it in play. Looks like we'll see Owowo back into the contest for the Bobcats at the next stoppage. Williamson overran the throw, which sails down the field. Turned over, and Bardong sends it ahead. And Bardong sent flying for a while, and we're going to see a stoppage. And they're going to call him back. And the first yellow card against Amherst is produced. Card given to Gabe Gittler. Who had not picked one up yet until this point in the season. 20th yellow card total for the Mammoths this season. And McMillian tripped up there as Phillips lost his balance on the attempt to go up and challenge on that header. White sends the free kick long. Lind ranging for it, and a wrestling match results in both of them going down. Lind and Kovacs have had a good battle so far today. So in the final 15 minutes here, Goodstein will take the goal kick, but we've got substitutions to check in first. So Kimpolo Penne back into the game. He'll replace Schwarshowitz. While on the other side, Owowo in. And looks like he'll replace Cronin. Nice move there to dispossess Giamatti, who's looking for a foul, but that looked like a pretty clean tackle out wide there. And Owowo whistled back for the free kick and having some trouble with the ball there. Owowo certainly one to put his body and his shoulder into somebody. He and Miles Gurrier, both of them freshmen, both of them larger body players, both of them play out in pretty much that same wide role or trying to attack down the middle, and both have had some trouble staying out of the referee's book this season at times. Sent long, and this one could be trouble onto the roof of the net. So Goodstein watching it closely as that one dropped pretty dramatically after being served in. Kovacs. Cutler pops that one high in the air. Nice job by Bardon coming across. Playing at that right back spot where really he's more of a midfielder, but has filled in nicely there. And has given a break to Marceau, who I'm surprised we haven't seen ready to hop back into the contest. He hasn't put a substitute's bib on or anything like that. He's pretty much been waiting on the sideline to get back into the contest, but it looks like we're going to see a different substitution checking in for Bates. Throne will be in an advanced position here. A little bit difficult, though, on that far side for Johnson to get a flip throw in, as he's got to go over the track that leads to the long jump pit. So we'll see if he can get it off, and he can't. Right to the back post. Goodstein rises and punches clear. And Giamatti sends his man crashing. No, that's going to go against the Bobcats. Looks like Gittler will be the one to come across and take this on his left foot. Anastas, the lone man up top for the Bobcats. Should they be able to claim this one quickly and try to turn it away? Gittler sails it to the back post, and he overshoots everyone. And now the substitutions will come in. So Liam Goldfarb is into the game. And replacing Dahl. And also saw Anastas check out as he is replaced by Luke Proddy, the sophomore from Amherst, Mass., who will go up against his former hometown team, and we'll see what he can do. Thrown is again from that advanced side of things, right on even part of the edge of the 18-yard box, and we'll see how deep they go with it. Two to aim at the back post. Johnson arrows it pretty well in. Goodstein rises and has to usher it on its way. That's always the dangerous one for a goalkeeper. You can obviously let that go into your goal directly and it won't count, but it takes a man with nerves of steel to allow that to happen, and not necessarily knowing if it might clip a post, bounce back and hit him, or if there is a man behind him waiting to head that into the back post to allow it to count as a goal. And the referee is stopping the clock to have a conversation with literally all 12 players that are packed inside the 6-yard box to let them know what he's looking for. So keep the hands off the bodies. We'll see what happens. This one's sent low. It's knocked away. Carried out by Kim Polopeni, and there's room to counterattack here. Proddy goes long. Phillips steps over, and he's got Goldfarb to aim at. Tried to lay it off towards the far side of the box, but turned over. Okorogei rushing forward with it. Trying to set up on the edge of the box. Knocked away, and Homan is sent sprawling again. And down in some discomfort are both players. I think Okorogei might have rolled up onto the left leg of Homan. And so the clock comes to a stop once again. This game taking a lot longer than the usual 90 minutes from all the stoppages we've seen. But the referee correctly, I think, trying to make sure that no one's taking advantage, trying to let time run off the clock, and allows the training staff to quickly get out there and examine both players. And looks like we might see Justin Phillips replaced here on the next substitution. And Homan is going to have to come off. And Okorogei up to his feet. Looks to be A-okay as he'll come off. O'Brien will come on to replace him. Kersey is the substitution to come on to replace Homan as Goldfarb tried to go for the acrobatic back heel there and instead made no contact as he lost his footing. Flicked in for Giamatti, trying to turn onto his right foot. Left it off, looking for Lynn, jammed away, McCursey. Goldfarb. Pass was deflected. Played back to him by Cutler, and Goldfarb has been misfiring since coming back into the contest. 3 pass attempts, 3 turnovers, as this one sent all the way back to Gittler. Kovacs trying to play long. Kimpolo Penne. Good hold-up play there. Kovacs sailing that one high into the breeze, and Proddy not going to be able to track it down before it's out for the throw. Bardong got ahead to it. McCursey follows as well. Owowo back to the middle. Switch wide. Goldfarb has an overlapping run coming. Tries to go route one down the middle, and that was a dangerous ball. Had Kimpolo Penne and Proddy both steaming onto it. And now the substitutions coming in. Phillips replaced. And we'll also see Opoku in for Goldfarb, who'd been struggling a bit. Throw in taken from the near side. Arrowed into the mixer. Ball is down under a heap of bodies. Still loose. Opoku's shot blocked. McCursey's effort. It squirms away to the edge of the box and dumped out. Giamatti will track it down. Sends it upfield. Kovacs waiting for it on the other end. He'll switch it over for Peter on the far side. Lind coming for it. And both of them went into a tackle, and neither of them ended up getting a touch on the ball. Kovacs. Owowo. Bardong. All the attacking options in for the Bobcats right now. Proddy got a touch to it. Steaming in after it, trying to keep that one in, but could not do so. Out for a goal kick. Bobcats are going to throw everybody forward here and see what they can come up with. McCursey gets his head to it. Opoku lays it off. Sent long upfield. And just curling the wrong way away from Guerrier. Canary dumps it out. O'Brien skipped it over Bardong, who will send it back. Kovacs. Williams open on the other side of the field. Kovacs will play it to him. Julian Williamson sending this one long. Poku sending it right back though. Kimpolo Penne is going to play it. Bardong. Kovacs. On the dribble now, beats one man. Still venturing upfield, now floats it long. And that was a lot to ask from Opoku to try and come for. And the substitution coming in for both teams now. I think we'll see Marceau. And Marceau is going to replace Proddy. Goal kick taken by White. Looking for Lynn. Marceau bodied him off the ball. This one's sent out and skipped off one of the assistant coaches' heads down there. Swung into the middle. Campolo Penne. Bardong couldn't keep it in down the right sideline. Final 5 minutes here of the second half. Bobcats down by 1, and possession will be very key for them. Anytime that ball goes out of bounds, expect that it's going to take probably 15 plus seconds before Amherst puts it back into play. And when they do, they've got this man, Bryce Johnson, to just laser it upfield. Lind handcuffed. Campolo Penne. McCursey lost out on it. Peter on his left foot. Skies it looking for Guerrier. Marceau was there as well. Nice run by Bardong, able to take it down. And he's scythed to the ground on the edge of the area. Right on the very edge of the 18-yard box. Foul committed by Nico Canary, who was not happy with the call. Thought that he had won his team a goal kick. And so very key setup here. Expect that all 11 are going to be back. Goodstein coming forward as well towards midfield, while Kovacs is the lone man waiting on the edge of the 18 should this one pop back out to him. And here comes everybody. Sailed into the back post. Header, pops high. Sent up towards the goalkeeper, reaching for it. He could punch it clear. This one sent as far down as Goodstein takes it nicely off his chest. He'll float it back into the mixer. Headed on. Kovacs back for Goodstein. Back to his center back. 2:45 to go. Owowo rises, came off his back. Nice job, Marceau. Tried to float it inside, knocked away. Coleman onto it. Collision there with Campolo Penne, but it was jammed out for a throw in. And immediately, Tyler Schick pointing to his watch and saying, keep an eye on how much time this takes. Johnson doing his part, just will send this one long into the corner. Took a glancing header so Goodstein can come and collect it. And sent out wide, Williamson on the run. Williamson looks over his options. He'll sail this one upfield. Marceau coming for it, but it was too far in front of him. Coleman. Bobcats running out of throws of the dice here as Kovacs sent crashing. And that ball did go out of bounds, according to the linesman on the far side. Put into Bofi Campolo Penne. Peter. Looking for Opoku. Headed down. McCursey back in. Guerrier. We'll just sail this one in and across. Whoa! White hammers it out. Here's Campolo Penne. Falls for him on the edge of the area. Sent crashing. Back down to it and sent over onto it. And now we've got a free kick with just more than a minute to go. And the ball rolled away, and that's going to be a yellow card for attempting to waste time and brings the clock to a stop with 1:02 to go. Or no yellow card produced for it. Kelly happy to escape out of that. Marceau is stretching out his foot, that Bardong on that side who's trying to do that, who looks like he's got a bit of a cramp and is just wanting to make sure that he's ready to go before serving this one in. They're going to bring out the training staff for him. So Williamson, before he can even take the kick, he's going to be taken off here. And so it's Holman who's going to come in. Well, the left foot of the big German's going to deliver this one forward. might be the final offensive chance here for the Bobcats to try and tie things up against the number 1 team in the country, undefeated Amherst. And a substitution will come in for them as well. Sean Rapal, the freshman from Los Gatos, California, 6'8" player to add into the mix. Nice weapon to have. And expect that he is going to be the man marking up against Owowo. So here we go, Holman to deliver it. Kept it low, it's going to come back out to him at midfield. He's going to have to get underneath it. Serves it to the back post. Headed away, Kovacs waiting for it. Skips by one. Venturing forward, rolls to the corner. McCursey serves it across. Deflected. Nice job by Kovacs, though, to keep Lind from being able to clear it. Falls. Holman took a bad first touch, and this one's cleared out for a throw. Down to 30 seconds remaining. McCursey puts it short. Marceau onto his right foot. Drives it towards the back post side. Headed down. Opoku got his head to it. Holman tried to roll it on for someone. No one home. Kovacs comes to it. He'll keep it in. 10 seconds. Has to serve it. Takes a low bounce. Loose on the edge of the area, and Amherst hacks it clear. The Mammoths hang on for a 2-1 victory, and they stay unbeaten and improve to 12-0-2. And a very tight and hotly contested game, but there you see where Amherst does their job best. They know how to see these games out, and did not put their goalkeeper, Bernie White, under too much pressure there either, as the Bobcats threw everything they could into the edge of the 18. But it is Amherst who comes away with a victory. Your final score, 2-1. Let's take you through the scoring recap very quickly here. This one goes back to the 17th minute of play. Amherst with Bryce Johnson, usually their set-piece specialist in terms of those long flip throws he has, but waiting on the edge of the 18 when a crossed corner kick flung back out to him, and he did not make a mistake with the one-time volley, blasting it past David Goodstein for the 1-0 lead. And got a little bit sweeter for them in the 34th minute as a nice run forward by Ignacio Kubadu, weaving down the middle and eventually able to unleash a strike that beat Goodstein for a 2-0 lead at the break. But the Bobcats wouldn't go away quietly. Kept things up in the second half, throwing tons and tons of fresh legs onto the field, and eventually it was freshman Will Anastas who capitalized. Set piece was nodded towards him at the back post. Nice trap with his left, good finish with his right, and just like that, it was a 2-1 game. Kieran Bardog picking up the assist on it for his second helper of the season. But from there, the Bobcats unable to pierce the back of the net for a second time to send this game to OT. And a very physical contest, to say the least. A lot of players ending up dumped on the deck multiple times. Yellow cards, one apiece only, as referee Fouad Madkour must be said and give him credit for letting the players play and letting them settle this one. Didn't let cards become a dominating factor, even with all the free kicks and fouls that were handed out. So that's going to wrap things up for us. A reminder that the regular season doesn't come to a close until the midweek meetings. We'll see most of the teams in action on Tuesday. One team in action on Wednesday, or I should say one game in action on Wednesday. That is Amherst, who will take on Trinity at the bottom of the conference standings. Not expected to make any difference on how things will pan out, as the Mammoths should end up as the number 1 seed and hosting the NESCAC tournament semis and finals, as long as they can get through the quarterfinal matchup, which last year did not work out so well for the number 1 ranked team. Bobcats, meanwhile, in action. They'll go on the road against Colby College for a Tuesday night matchup, the site of their dramatic victory to qualify for the NESCAC tournament 2 seasons ago. But this year they know that they already have that spot nailed down. Now it's just going to be a matter of who Bates ends up playing in the first round. Hope you've enjoyed coverage of this one. Your final score for the final time, it's Amherst 2, Bates 1. You've been watching NESCAC Men's Soccer on the Northeast Sports Network.